Ladies and gentlemen, today we have found arguably the nicest Prevost marathon coach ever built. Today we're here at Goss RV with Ben. How you doing today,
hey,
sir?
Andrew, good to have you here, sir.
Well, great to see you. And This 2025 Prevost marathon coach has a brand new floor plan we've never seen in the Prevost industry or in the motor coach industry. And I think this is the nicest marathon we've ever seen.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about quad slide, 2 full bathrooms and bunk beds, and a queen sleeper sofa. You're right, truly one of a kind coach, really is.
No other Prevost converter has ever done this floor plan, and I think when you guys see this floor plan, this is gonna be the first of many, and a lot of converters are probably gonna be copying this floor plan in the near future because it's about as good as it gets.
Yep. I'm excited to show it to you, absolutely.
Yes, sir, and I want to ask you more questions about what you do here at Goss, the rental fleet. You've got a wealth of information, so this is going to be a good video. You guys are going to want to watch the whole video. We're going to learn a lot today.
It's really about those experiences that they get to have and the memories that they're creating with the friends and family and the people that are around them.
This coach is literally one of a kind. Been asking them for years, and finally the engineers there agreed to do it. It really was such a unique project because they've never done it before. I think every time I'm in this coach I find something new, which is really cool. Our true vision really is creating those life-changing experiences for families.
Now, in the motorhome industry, the 2 full bath floor plan has become extremely popular, but I've been asking the different Prevost converters to do this floor plan for a while now, and this is the first time we've seen it. How did you guys get Marathon Coach to build this coach?
We've bought a lot of coaches from Marathon, right? And had been asking them for years, and finally the engineers there agreed to do it. So, I mean, you're right, it's probably the most requested floor plan that's never been done before.
Yeah, and I've only seen one other Prevost with 2 full bathrooms, but that was a single slide entertainer coach. This with quad slides is so much more room. I'm really looking forward to showing the folks around this coach. But before we go in the interior, can we take a quick look around the exterior here?
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, right now you guys have the entertainment area set up here with a video playing of a recent trip that some of your Goss renters had, I believe in Utah or Colorado?
Colorado and Utah, yeah.
And here at Goss, you guys do a lot more than just selling motorhomes. You rent motorhomes. You create lifestyle motor coach experiences for folks. Can you explain a little bit more what you guys do here at Goss?
Absolutely. We've been doing this for over 20 years. Our true vision really is creating those life-changing experiences for families, for customers all over the US and Canada. Just like this recent trip we did out to Colorado and Utah. This family went to whitewater rafting. They went 4-wheeling in Moab. They had a private chef dinner on a beautiful lake in Colorado. So, you know, creating these experiences in these beautiful remote locations while our team manages the whole process is a really cool thing that we offer.
Yeah, and we're gonna do another video talking about some of the different experiences, the different prices and different levels of coaches that they offer here at Goss. But you also do coach management for folks, you know, high level net worth folks that just wanna have someone manage their coach and maybe not put it into the rental fleet. That's a service you provide here at Goss as well?
That's correct, yeah. I mean, we found over the years that traditionally the coaches we have managed, we're also leasing out. But I think there's a real interest and a need to have a company like ours, who's been doing this for a very long time with nationwide access, nationwide connections, to have these coaches stored, help with maintenance, deliver the coach to the owner when he wants to use it, clean the vehicles. So yeah, it really is a full service, and we'll tailor, you know, each experience and each level of service to the owner's needs.
Well, and I'm sure all the concierge services of finding, you know, dining experiences. I know you've been building these motor coach experiences for owners for decades now. So I'm sure you guys have a lot of connections throughout the US to make their experience better.
Absolutely, we have a robust concierge team here, so they're gonna work directly with the clients, use all of our trusted vendors and partners to when a client or an owner wants to go out and take a trip, we can also plan that trip for them.
Now I know you guys worked with the original owner to help design and build this coach, and I'm sure there's a lot of experience and wisdom you had in mind when building this coach, but what's some of the stuff that went into the thought, and what was the idea behind this coach?
Well, I think really it was the idea of kind of modernizing a marathon coach, right? I think we put it into words of like restoration hardware coach, and I think this coach, when we look inside of it, you'll see that. So that was really important, but I think also the outside features, like this amazing electric blaze grill. If you're at a beautiful campsite, you want to cook a great dinner, right? The combination of the grill, the Dometic cooler, the TV with the big large awnings, even on a quad slide, creates a lot of outdoor entertainment space.
Yeah, really nice entertainment space. And you know, all of that Marathon coach quality, like there's a small drawer here, but those cabinets, there's just no mistake in that Marathon quality with the Marathon coach logo stamped on the inside of the door and, you know, dovetail construction. I'm always so impressed with every square inch of these coaches. But what else is going on in the exterior of this coach?
Well, I think the paint job is stunning, and we'll take this coach outside in a little bit so we can actually see it outside, but just the reds and the clean lines of the coach going down the road or at a campground, I think that obviously that unique Marathon paint job is incredible. Got a little bit of storage in here. With a quad slide, you don't have as much, but you do have a full bay on this first bay for, you know, lots of luggage or whatever you're bringing along.
I've got to compliment all the exterior lighting right now. We have the underglow lighting on right now. Yeah, there's lights in the awning rails as well. This black and red paint job is very striking. You know, we've got all the signature Marathon coach lawn chairs set up right now, but what else is going on in the bays here?
We can go through these bays. So this is your basically the custom Marathon water filtration system in this bay. These bays are so customized. What Marathon does is incredible. All the details, the accessibility of all the water filtration systems. You can see how everything's accessible, but so clean. All the details of the cabinetry tie in with the coach and the interiors. I mean, nobody's doing this in the industry, in my opinion.
And you definitely see that Marathon quality through the coach. Here we've got a 200-gallon diesel fuel tank with a locking fuel door. We can fill up on both sides. Now, can we pop this
Sure,
bay open with the TV out still? A little bit close there, but we still have access to this storage compartment. It looks like some emergency flares are housed there.
This is great for a ladder. Vacuum cleaner is a good location for that in this coach.
Yeah, and I like the way Marathon hides a lot of the complex stuff that a technician would need to get to, but you have these access panels here. You could easily unscrew, get to the different components, but they have it all finished out, so it's a nice clean look, whatever you're looking at. Yeah, so really good looking exterior of this coach. It's a very identifiable rear end, but Volvo D13 power plant back here?
Absolutely.
Now, maintaining these coaches, when you have a coach that you're maintaining or it's in your rental fleet, how do you guys manage these coaches?
Well, there's obviously a regular checklist we do anytime the coach leaves and comes back in, but we're also just following standard guidelines in terms of maintenance schedule. We also can facilitate if the coach needed to go to Prevost, needed to go to Marathon, well then we can facilitate that work as well, transport the coach back and forth, schedule appointments.
I can imagine you want to make sure you're proactive in taking care of these coaches so that they take care of the renters and the owners.
Absolutely. I think regularly, really even proactive maintenance is critical for us.
Now, coming around to the plumbing bay, I always like how Marathon finishes their plumbing bay with the manifold system here. What all is going on in the plumbing bay?
Yeah, I mean, it's so clean. I mean, obviously you're going to control all your drop-down door, all your shore cord, your water hose, sewer hose, and of course you have the Marathon Crestron system on the outside, so you can kind of manage all the internal systems of the coach while you're out at the bay as well.
And I really like the way Marathon does their sewer hose here, where it drops below the coach, so you're not worried about, you know, spilling waste inside of your bay. Comes underneath the coach, you plug it right in, and then when it's time to roll it up, you just press a button and it sucks it into the coach.
Correct,
for
sucks
you.
it right back in. It's all vacuum sealed, closes it up, and you're ready to roll.
Yeah, now this is a bay your renters probably aren't going into. This is going to be more for a technician or coach operator if needed.
That's right, correct.
Yeah, what's all going on in this bay?
Well, there's some storage in here. This is where your shore cord hoses, the reels in here. But if you had to have access to repair that shore cord, this is the bay to get into that.
I believe the twin 4,000 watt inverters are housed back here, and I like the way they have those little access panels, easy to get to if a technician ever needs to get to those. Yeah, and I think Marathon's one of the first to have an inverter system where you could run the AC off of the AGM batteries through the inverters.
Yeah, it will. So while you're going down the road, obviously that'll run. But you know, if you're at a location where you're maybe stationary for, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours, setting that setting on auto gen, and the coach will manage itself in terms of the power it needs to run, you know, different ACs.
Very nice to be able to just fire that AC up without firing up the generator if you've got enough battery power.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Coming up to the front bay here, because of the height of this Prevost slide, I'm 6'2", and it's at about my shoulder length, so I barely have to bend over, and then we can easily access the generator bay. That's going to be it looks like a 20 kW kW generator there?
Yes, sir. Standard Marathon 20K generators.
That's plenty of power to power all the systems in this coach.
More power than what you need, probably. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then here with the H3, we've got that very tall bay, and it's cool to see the framing of that slide tray for that outdoor kitchen on this side. And even the bay is lined with a high-end carpet. Marathon just goes over the top there. Looks like we've got a couple of the goodies that come with the coach here.
Right, so there's some storage like the expandable dinette we'll see inside. When you're not using that, you can store that stuff back here. And then additional personal items, paperwork, things that easily store away in this bay.
Then not having a slide tray in this bay, we've got a little more height for storage. And I mean, these are huge bins here if you want to just stack stuff up in these bays.
We went back and forth with the design. Sometimes the slide trays actually lose a good bit of space. So the design of this coach, since you only have really one big main storage bay, we went without the slide tray.
Yeah, a lot of storage, especially when you start comparing this to other motorhomes out there. This one bay may have more storage in it than some of the bays in some of the other coaches.
I would agree, yeah.
Now, Prevost came out with the new e-mirrors with this new 9660 body style about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. How have your drivers been responding to coaches with the new e-mirrors?
They love it. We've had no issues at all. I mean, I think it really just gives you greater visibility. As you're driving, that constant camera, less looking around to the side. You got the 360 camera on the coach. So in terms of a safety standpoint and comfort for the drivers, it's been a raging success.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a chance to drive a new Prevost with the e-mirrors recently, and I caught myself not really looking at my traditional mirrors because the e-mirrors were just more in my peripheral vision, easier to see without having to glance off the road. I think those e-mirrors are going to become very popular, and then nighttime and foggy, rainy conditions, I'm hearing a lot of great stuff about them.
Right.
Coming around to this front end, this new 9660 body style really has a sharp look to it, and then with that Marathon Coach grille and even the Marathon Coach grille up top there on the front cap.
Love the front cap body design. Big noticeable difference visibly on the exterior of the coach. I think Marathon did a great job in highlighting their touch into the new Prevost H3 body style.
Now, as impressive as the exterior of this coach is, this is the most excited I've gotten about a Prevost interior as long as I can remember. I think this one's going to be a new hit. Let's take a look inside. I'm really impressed with the interior of the design. I think you said a combination between like Crate and Barrel and Restoration Hardware was
exactly,
the inspiration?
Yeah. The original buyer was a younger family, so really creating this timeless look in here, very clean with the creams and the tans.
Really timeless design, and I think there's a secret compartment up front here that you showed me right away. I've never seen anything like this, but you've got this nice divider that's going to divide that driver's cockpit from the rest of the salon here, but check this out, guys. When we slide this over here, below, there's a little secret compartment there. You've never seen anything like that. Do you know how they came up with that?
I think it was just having a place where if you have people over, putting a personal protection device, putting some valuables, a wallet, some keys, kind of hiding that away, but easy access as you're going in and out of the coach. So I love that, as well as just accessibility here to USB plug, any plugs you might need to charge devices here on this front countertop.
And then you've got that nice signature Marathon Coach fireplace below that little secret compartment. But stepping down into the cockpit area here, I'm always impressed with the way Marathon Coach builds this. The TV is tucked back against the windshield, so you have easy ingress and egress. But what's all going on in the new body style cockpit up here?
Well, I think it's the combination of obviously these e-mirrors we talked about earlier, right? So when you're in this driver's seat, these e-mirrors right in your peripheral vision, it's a great spot here. And then Marathon's got the Crestron system, so basically the brains of the coach, the operations of the coach is here, as well as just front temperature for your dash. Bluetooth technology, connecting your iPhone, leveling of the coach is here. So it's really meant to be designed to be very comfortable, easy to reach everything as you're going on the road. Really nice job with this interior, the Marathon inlay on the steering wheel, the Marathon inlay on the back of these custom seats. Another thing with the new body style, the driver's seat in particular has the most adjustable settings that they've ever built. So whether you're a very tall driver, a shorter driver, you really can find the most comfortable position to be on the road. And of course, on a long trip, perfect spot for your beverage here on this, another secret kind of Marathon compartment here to store keys or registrations, insurance, things like that to have accessible on the coach.
Maybe personal protection device?
Maybe another one, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And of course, standard but what makes Prevost unique, having the VIN kind of stamped in multiple locations on the chassis, both the VIN and the model number there. I know there's been some concerns about VIN numbers in the RV industry, but you don't have to worry about that with this coach. We keep finding all these secret storage places that Marathon's built in. We got another one here for personal protection or valuables here. And even as we leave the coach, if you're out on a rainy day, Marathon's designed a gorgeous little handy umbrella cabinet to store your umbrella, walk outside, come right back in and securely store that right there by the entry.
Now, coming back into the coach, this booth is massive, much bigger than any booth I've ever seen in a Prevost. I'm curious how they still have 2 full bathrooms and bunks in this coach with this big of a salon, but what's going on up here?
Well, I think having the bunk beds and the 2 full baths, you want to create the maximum seating because it is kind of built for a larger family, right? So without having a secondary couch or dinette, wanted to make this where a family of 6 could easily sit down and have a meal together.
Yeah, you said family of 6 here. So if you've got 4 children, you're good to go here. You could easily sit 2 more people next to me. You've got a ton of table space here. And this is a very comfortable booth too. Even, you know, the seating in a Marathon coach, they're really thinking of the details, and pretty good sized Samsung TV there.
Right, the TV was designed to be sitting on this couch or in the dinette. Instead of having the slide TV, the thought process was on the location of this would be better accessible to watch as you're going down the road.
Yes, sir. And, you know, as we're in this coach, I've got to compliment all of the accent lighting, and that definitely has that very modern, minimalist feel to it. Not only all of the textures, but that lighting really makes a big difference in the feeling of this coach.
Really is stunning, yeah. I think with the overhead light too, this kind of transparent fabric here just creates a warm ambiance. Plenty of light, but it doesn't feel harsh in here at all.
Yeah, definitely. And it's got the warmer colors, but still a very modern design. There's a fine line between getting too warm in a motorhome and having that old motorhome feel, but definitely not the feel here at all.
For sure. And let's highlight this couch too. I think this is the biggest couch I've seen Marathon put in a coach. Could easily sit, what, 5 or 6 people on that couch?
Easily. And does it turn into sleeping as well?
You know, a very cool feature of this coach is actually a full queen size sleeper sofa. So instead of the traditional futon, we can take a look in a minute here, but we can take the cushions out and actually have two people I essentially sleep on this bed.
So you got 4 beds total. Does this turn into sleeping at all, the dinette?
It does not, and we actually have it out now extended, so when we put the slides in and get on the road in a little bit, we can just easily pull those out, dinette closes back in, the leaf comes out, and you store it underneath the coach. So I have the cushions off, we're getting ready to make this bed. I want to highlight the storage. Again, more storage. You could put personal items in this little cabinetry here, but we pull the bed out now.
Yeah, very smooth. I can... you know, from across the room, I can just tell how smooth that was. You can tell that.
And even with the dinette extended, Andrew, we still have room. So the dinette's still extended. We have a bed. So once you're set up, in 2 minutes, make the bed.
Easy peasy.
Right. Put the kids to sleep and go back in the back, right?
Yes, sir. Now, I will point out that when the dinette is fully extended, you would have to crawl over the bed, so it would probably be convenient to put the dinette in just so you have somewhere to walk around the coach when the bed is out. But incredible to get all of this in this space. What they've done to utilize this space is incredible in this coach.
I mean, like I said, I think it's so unique in the fact that you have a more production coach style bedroom in the elegance of a Marathon coach, right? So instead of having that futon and throw down, you know, one person can maybe sleep on it, this is a very comfortable bed if we're not 1, if 2 people.
Yeah, I think a family could all have their own areas. Maybe the older child could have the, you know, the bed with the TV out here, and the younger kids get the bunks or something like that.
So we're gonna go ahead and put the dinette kind of more in travel mode just to show you the room, but this leather dinette has a great kind of lock system that locks everything into place. So you can easily get here to this coach, and then a simple button. We'll tie this right back in. There's one on the other side just like it.
I like the way they hid the button below the table so it's out of sight, but the owner is going to know exactly where to get to.
Exactly. Pull the dinette and the leaf will come right out here.
Yeah, that is a little bit heavier. Probably want 2 people for that. I think 1 person could do it. So now with the booth in, we can easily walk through the coach if someone was sleeping in up front there and you wanted to get outside the coach. You were telling me earlier how user-friendly this coach is when all the slide rooms come in, so we'll make sure to show you that towards the end of the video. I'm looking forward to seeing it all buttoned up because this is a huge, you know, with this quad slide, This is a huge living area here, but you said it's very user-friendly going down the road as well?
I mean, I think it's one of the most impressive designs because traditionally a quad slide coach really limits your space when you're on the road. But this coach in particular with the clean lines, all 4 slides close up, you're still able to have a nice big hallway to get back down to the bathroom, the bunk beds, back to the bedroom if need be. So very unique in a 4-slide floor plan to have that kind of room when you're driving.
And not too many coaches can you access your shower with the slide rooms in without having to climb over the bed. That's rare.
Right. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, now coming back more to this coach, I've got to compliment these ottomans here up front. I know Marathon's done a lot of ottoman designs, but is this a newer design or?
Yeah, I think tying in the look of the luxury vinyl floor, right? I wanted to kind of tie it in with the whites and kind of the cream colors. So these are very cool. You can, kind of meant to be hanging out, have a drink here, plate of food, but then also can flip these around. Tons of storage in there for blankets or things you might store, but then you can put the top on and now you have a really comfortable ottoman to hang out in the coach as well.
Yeah, and very, very high end too. I've got if we can get a close up here, this surface right here appears to be the same surface on the table here as well.
The table and the countertop over here.
Yeah, very high end and really ties in together with the two tones. And even if we look inside of these ottomans, that's fully lined with, I believe that's an embossed leather. Every square inch, inside and out is finished out in these Marathons. They turn over every stone.
I like the consistency of the leather. Same leather on the couch as a dinette. Back to the bedroom. There's a couch back there. Yeah. It's got the same leather as well.
Well, I'm really looking forward to getting into the back of this coach because I think that's where this floor plan really shines. But what all is going on here in the salon and galley?
Yeah, so tucked away here is the panel ready fridge freezer combo. An absolutely massive refrigerator here, lots of storage, and then you have your large freezer space, multiple areas to store ice, different items in the coach. This is as nice of a fridge as I have in my house, right? What about you?
Yeah, probably nicer than my house, yeah. And then when we close that up, it has that finished off look like it's just a piece of cabinetry that was built into this coach, and I really like the matte black hardware as well. That gives it a nice look.
Yeah, you'll see that throughout the coach. All the faucets, when we get into the showers, all have this really nice matte black handles.
And it's a really nice flow into the kitchen, the way they brought this more natural wood tone to break up the cream bulkhead walls. Really nice two-tone finish here. Right. What's all going on in the galley here?
So kind of a standard Marathon kitchen here, but tucked away is really nice. The convection microwave oven, so lots of access here. Lots of storage for cups and plates in this cabinet. Of course, a massive sink here, the filtered water feature, instant hot water and cold water on this massive big sink, as well as the induction cooktop that hides away here. It's the Fisher-Paykel double induction cooktop up here. Close this up, and then we have lots of storage in the kitchen underneath. Again, all the Marathon details, Marathon lined shelves, tons of kitchen equipment that you could store in here, as well as a pull-out trash can.
And then it looks like there's a little spot to store the sink covers and cooktop cover, and even the wood dividers to store the covers have a very high-end look to them as well.
I mean, everything is customized in Marathon's factory. It's unbelievable. All this is built by them in Coburg, and so, this coach is literally one of a kind.
Yeah, Marathon's building more Prevosts than any other Prevost converter in the world, so to have all of these different variations, it's got to be tough for them to do. And I've got to compliment the artwork here in this art recess with the matte black little sculptures that even tie in with that matte black hardware. So many little touches.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think every time I'm in this coach, I find something new, which is really cool. Continuing the kitchen here, we got nice storage for coffee cups, cutlery, and then of course, you got to have a dishwasher when you're on the road. So nice, big, spacious dishwasher there. Even have another secret compartment I want to show you.
Yes, sir.
There's this one right here. Great spot to store your espresso or Keurig, kind of hideaway.
Flowing through the coach, what else is going on in here?
So we got some more storage in the kitchen area, all these custom tray slides. Again, Marathon logo stamped in everywhere on this custom cabinetry here. Then you got a nice big ASCO double stack washer and dryer. Perfect access here in kind of the living room area. Getting more storage in here to hold appliances or spices, and these shelves are adjustable, custom pegs in so you can kind of adjust the height that you need.
And again, I've got to point out, just even the shelves are lined with that embossed style leather. The inside of the cabinets are finished out. Every square inch of this coach is finished out.
Absolutely, yeah. The detail is just, feels like nothing goes unnoticed by that design team. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Then behind you, it looks like we've got a full-length mirror there, and I'm really looking forward to showing the folks behind door number 1 here. These have pneumatic air doors, so we'll just press one button right here. Looks like some bunks here, but this is where this coach gets interesting. You want to show us what's going on here?
Right. So we come to our first full bath. We talked about this, but having what would traditionally be your main bathroom on a standard bunk bed H Marathon, your full bath's here. So right across from the bunk beds, we have this gorgeous, spacious bathroom. Beautiful rain shower in here. Of course, you got your fan in there so you can get the steam out if you'd like. Toilet, nice vanity here. And of course, with the bunk beds right across, you need your privacy. So we just press the bath door.
So now it's like having a hallway. You wouldn't even know that there was a room here if you didn't watch him just close that door, but we'll open that back up. Yeah, now in that bathroom, you pointed out the shower head is actually in the ceiling, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 shower heads. Can you toggle in between the 2? Or?
You can. You actually run both, toggle in between. So, of course, have that rain shower effect, but I mean, again, having that adjustable wand to be able to shower makes whatever you're doing in there a lot easier.
Well, this is a very large bathroom. To have this side aisle bathroom here, you've got plenty of shoulder room. And when we have 2 showers in the coach, I want to do the shower test because sometimes there's got to be give and take somewhere in this coach. So this is just beautiful tile work here that Marathon did. I've got plenty of headroom, and I would enjoy that overhead shower head. That's got to feel real nice. And then, of course, that matte black hardware. Plenty of room in here. They even have indirect lighting here around the ceiling, and then there's a vent with a fan up top there to pull all that steam out. Really nice design, plenty of room in here. And then are these all heated tile floors throughout the coach?
They are.
So when you step out of that shower on a cool day, you've got nice warm floors.
Yep.
And you mentioned that these bunks are stationary. So some of the other marathons we've seen have bunks that may, have an elevator, but these are stationary?
These are stationary.
But I'm sure someone could take this to Marathon Coach and have it converted into an adjustable bunk.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But you can still use this space as great storage.
Yeah, and I can appreciate all of the thought that goes into weight balance. There's a lot of stuff we don't think about. We just say, hey, just throw everything at it. But those engineers at Marathon have to really think, put a lot of thought into these coaches.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they had their top most long-standing engineer on this project, so it really was such a unique project because they've never done it before. So there's a lot of thought going into the weight of the floors, the size of the bathrooms, how it all ties in, right? But bunks were a big part of that because this was critical for this family to have the bunk beds.
I'd wonder if anybody else has ordered this floor plan. Are there any new Marathons being built with this exact same floor plan yet?
Not that I'm aware, because Marathon's process is you have to secure a coach in most cases 2 years out. So I assume they're going to be coming down the line, but as of now, I'm not aware of anyone that's under construction.
Only one on the road, and it is available too.
Right.
This is an incredible opportunity, but can we see behind door number 3 there?
Sure.
Now this is something I've talked about in other videos. I think every bedroom should have a couch in the bedroom. I think when you're maybe putting your shoes on, getting ready for the day, or you want to just sit back and read a book and you still want to be in your sanctuary, the kids are still out there playing. You need somewhere to just sit down, maybe have a phone call. Great space, great feel in this bedroom.
Again, they tied the leather in from the dinette, the couch back here as well. I think this could also be used in a larger family aspect. This could be used as a bed for a small child, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So you have a 2 or 3 year old with you that needs to be in mom and dad's room. This is a great spot to do that.
Yeah, I didn't think of that, but that's another great use of this area. And then we have a large fixed TV. Now, I see that this window does have an emergency exit behind me. And will this vent open as well if you want to get some fresh air?
It will. You can vent this window and that window there, so bring a little fresh air in the bedroom is always nice, yeah.
And I didn't see up front, but did those windows vent out as well?
Yes.
It looks like an RV king-size bed. This is definitely bigger than a queen, but not quite as big as a king.
So when we put the slides in, you'll be able to see that this bed can actually lay flat with all 4 slides in, which is incredible. So if you were in a situation where somebody was wanting to sleep in the back while you're driving, comfortable to do that, but also the ability to move the bed up. We just press and hold the button.
Now, when you put the bed in the up position and the slide rooms are in, can you walk through the coach?
You can.
In a moment, we're going to put all the slide rooms in and see what the coach is like while it's going down the road. We've got a lot more questions I want to ask you about the price of this coach and everything, but amazing how they were still able to fit this big of a bed with everything else we're seeing.
Still have all this space. I mean, this is incredible back here.
We haven't even seen the full rear bathroom with a full shower, but as far as storage, I think we've got a closet up front here, extremely well lit, very bright downlit hanging bar, And then we have these high-end drawers that pull out again with that Marathon stamp, the dovetail construction, nice bedside closet there. And then do we have another closet over here?
Yeah, almost like a his and hers, kind of similar. Yeah. Nice hanging, very well lit as you can tell. Again, huge cabinetries, great place to store pillows or extra sheets. And kind of a cool feature, requested feature on this coach is kind of the private safe back here.
Oh, nice.
So I'll pull this back, but you have access to your own private safe, tucks away with that leather panel. We talked about the personal protection.
Yes,
Great
sir.
spot to keep those there, right?
Yes, sir. And I see in that closet as well an emergency release for the pneumatic air doors. If the door was to get stuck, you could just press that button and it will release.
Correct, yeah. It's a great kind of a fail-safe. You know, I think what Marathon does is really unique is there's always backup systems. You know, their design in a Marathon is to get you from their different facilities. They got a facility in Oregon, a facility in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and a facility outside of Tampa, right? So their goal is wherever you are on the road in the country, you should be able to get to that other location comfortably. Even if the air system were to fail in this case, right, you can still operate the doors.
Well, I know there's a lot of celebrities that have Marathon coaches. Some of the ones that I've seen on the internet are Justin Bieber, Charlie Sheen. A lot of those guys have real high level of expectations,
right?
And I can imagine Marathon's got to keep them going no matter what happens.
Right, so. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's even now going to athletes, professional golfers, the NASCAR guys, right? So wherever you might need a luxury coach, Marathon certainly sets the standard.
Well, you guys don't drop names around here, but I think your Rolodex, you could probably drop about 100 names for those two names I just dropped. You guys deal with a lot of celebrities, a lot of high net worth individuals here at Goss RV.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's a lot of private wealth individuals, but definitely a lot of celebrities, and we have certainly signed our share of NDAs here.
Yeah, I can only imagine some of the stories of these walls could talk around here.
Right.
Now going back between, looks like door number 4, and I really like that frosted glass inlay. I'm not sure which side is the door there, but what's going on in the rear of the coach?
So this is your main bathroom door. We'll go ahead and open it up now. And then this is actually your shower, and it has a privacy glass. So right now the privacy glass is on. If I walk back here, I can press the privacy glass.
If you want to put a little show on for your wife, there it is. Now, still a really large rear bathroom, and I like that toilet cover that Marathon does. What's going on with the toilet back here?
I think it's just a comfortable place if you're in the bathroom and you need to sit down for some reason. A really comfortable, safe spot to sit down back here. And then this shower door is really unique. I love this feature. Another rain head shower, same tile that we have in the other shower, but this shower door is again another an air pocket door.
Oh, very cool.
It's got a squeegee here, so when the door opens and closes, it actually cleans the glass.
No way, I've never seen that before. That's
You got in the last one, so I'll get in this one. I think this shower is even bigger back here.
Yeah.
And I'm just under 6 foot, so not as tall as Andrew, but still plenty of room here with the rain shower, the adjustable wand, nice storage space here for soaps and different things in the shower, so really an awesome space.
I'm one of those people that makes sure my glass is squeegeed every time I shower. I come from the detailing world, and I don't like hard water spots.
Right.
What about the squeegee for this piece of glass? Do you need to have a squeegee for that?
Yeah, you probably will. You might just store a squeegee here in the back shower, yeah.
Yeah, okay, but the one door is going to squeegee itself off. That's going to cut my squeegee time in half. I can appreciate that. What else is going on back here? Is there any storage in the rear bathroom?
There's some storage right behind the mirrors. You have some nice storage here. So for your personal items in here, of course, there's a fan. But then again, what Marathon does, no details unnoticed here, is this coach has miles and miles of electric cords. But this is the brains of the coach, right? It says service access only, but everything is labeled. So if you do blow a fuse somewhere or you're on the road and you have an issue, you can get on the phone with Marathon Tech Support. More than likely, they're going to be able to diagnose it over the phone, and you have access to all your fuses back here.
Yeah, and extremely clean the way they have everything labeled and put together. You can really tell everything is extremely organized.
And of course, in the salon, we had that beautiful backlit ceiling, but that continues both in the master bath and in the master bedroom and in the hallway. So I think just what I love about this coach is the consistency of the hardware, the materials. It's just one cohesive space. Really feels like a home in here.
Yeah, very well, very tastefully designed. But then this floor plan too. I think this is probably the best Prevost floor plan I've ever seen.
I can't agree more. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Ben, you are not kidding. For a quad slide coach, this has something I've never seen before in a quad slide Prevost. Now, we can get through the access pretty easily, but you were telling me about the windows here?
So my favorite thing in this coach, I fell in love with this, is you can sit on this couch or you can sit on this dinette, and with the glass windows, you can see directly out of the front of the coach. I've never seen that in a quad slide coach.
So there's a little plant right here kind of blocking the window, but if you're sitting in the dinette, you can actually see out that window. Or if we come over here to the couch, same thing, the quad slide window gives you that view through the windshield, which if you've been in a lot of other Prevosts, most of them are not designed like that.
Yeah, I think it's a great design feature engineering did, especially because you move the TV above the dinette, other than having it right here that would block your view. I mean, on these amazing road trips, you can actually, like, where you're going, all the windows in a Prevost obviously give you all the light, but the lighting in here is incredible when you're driving.
Yeah, and having that fixed Samsung TV across from the couch here, if you had little ones that wanted to, maybe watch some TV while they're going down the road, this is a great setup here. A lot of different seating positions.
Absolutely.
Well, the other thing about this too is we can get to the shower here. You want to show us through the coach here?
So again, plenty of space when you're in the kitchen here. Because of the way the fridge is configured, we can get full access to the fridge, do anything we want to do in the kitchen while we're driving. And then we're into the bunk hallway. We get access to this massive, gorgeous shower and bathroom that freely moving the walker all the way around, the coach. I mean, we could even take a shower in here while we're driving if we wanted to. So right now the bed is up. So as you're driving, you can see, you could sit up and watch TV and still have room, but we could put the bed down and the bed will basically become flush with the couch in the back, but it allows you to fully lay down while driving, which is a very unique feature of a quad slide.
Yeah, if you're just stopping overnight for a truck stop, that's
Absolutely.
A game changer.
Yep.
And then having the north-south facing bunks, if the little ones want to get some rest while you're going down the road, I know it's always more comfortable to sleep in that north-south position.
And there's actually, this coach comes with, we didn't show it and I can later, but there's actually some safety harnesses they designed to where if you're a kid's in the bunk and the coach is moving, it prevents them rolling out of the bunk.
Yeah, this is really cool, but do you think we could sit down and talk about the rental cost of this coach?
Absolutely.
Big thanks to Ben showing us around, but we found Jared Goss, CEO of the company. How you doing today, sir?
Great, how you doing?
Excellent. This is arguably the nicest motor coach you guys have ever had here at Goss RV.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I would even say it might be the nicest coach in the whole country.
Very easily.
The floor plan is, as you guys know, is fabulous. The way that they designed it, the 4 slides, just creating so much space in here. The 2 full baths in here, I've never seen that done before. So this is just an incredible floor plan.
Yes, sir. And you and your family have been in this industry for a few years now. How long has Goss RV been in business for?
Yeah, we started in the early 2000s, started in 2002, so we've been going at it for 23 years now, which is crazy to even think about. It's been a fun ride. We've got to have a lot of experiences over this time frame, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Now we're going to do another video trying to get some of your stories, because I know you've got some great stories, but you mentioned that this coach could be available for purchase, and also Goss could help with the coach management of this coach, or if someone wanted to put it in your rental fleet. So a lot of options, or if someone wants to rent this coach, what's the availability of this particular coach?
Yeah, there's actually a really unique opportunity with this coach specifically. Because of the scenario and the way that it worked out and we ended up with our hands on it, there's just a really good price point on this one. So we'd love for you guys anyone that might be interested, to pick up the phone and call us about that. Ultimately, our goal, we would love to have this available for the rental program. So right now we're not making it available because we want to find the next home and the next owner of this vehicle first. It's such a unique opportunity for whoever may be interested in a floor plan like this.
Yeah, now what is the cost of this coach? And if someone was to put it into your rental fleet, what kind of an ROI could they expect?
Yeah, so the price tag on this one retails at 3.3. And so our price, our asking price is $2.699 to purchase this. And one of the things that we do is we try to help make the experience for whoever owns a vehicle like this very turnkey. So we offer services. One of those is our management service, and in which we kind of maintain the vehicle, store the vehicle. We have drivers across the country. We have actually access to over 50 drivers nationwide. And so we provide those services to whoever might own this coach and want to utilize those services. And I would say that if someone would be willing to put this coach into the rental program, this is going to be the coach that produces the most amount of revenue out of any coach in our program because of the unique floor plan. It's versatile. It works for families. It works for events where there might be several guys taking a trip. Kind of our model, the way that it works is we typically generate enough revenue for the owner to get pretty close to a break even, and in a lot of cases in the black in owning a motor coach, which is very hard to do, right? Because it's a depreciating asset. And so I'd say this one would generate probably $200,000 a year. So I mean, it's a good clip.
Now, but you've talked in the past that you're very strategic at what rentals you're willing to take on in a coach like this. You don't want to overrun this coach. You want to have the time to maintain it, keep it in tip-top shape so it's not getting kind of worn out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Our model is actually set up to where, probably the average person thinks you're going to use the vehicle a ton, it's going to get ragged out, but really that is not our model. We want to help manage your asset for you. And one of the things that we do is we charge a premium to have an experience in a coach like this. And so we're only renting it 10, maybe 15 times a year. And when we do rent it, it's usually with a professional driver or sitting stationary at an event. So we really try to maximize the revenue and minimize the usage on it.
Yeah, so you have a coach operator that's operating the coach. You're not just throwing it to a first-time RV owner.
No. Absolutely
you're
not.
Keeping an eye on it. Well, I mean, what a great opportunity if maybe there's a high net worth individual out there that has a jet and they just want to send you guys the wire and have your driver have the coach staged where they want. Great opportunity for a full concierge type service or rental income, or if someone just wants to buy this coach and drive off into the sunset and just keep it for themselves, that's an option as well?
It is, yes. I mean, although we would love to keep this in the family, that is an option. If someone just was not interested in that, we still would love to be able to help with any kind of management and be a resource. I mean, we're in this for the long run and anyone that we meet.
And if someone does purchase this coach and decides to put it into your rental fleet, I know that the cost fluctuates for the different types of rentals that you do, but is there any sort of a range for about what it would cost to rent a coach like this?
Yes, from a rental perspective, it could be a 4-day stationary event, or it could be a 2.5-week family trip, right? So those are going to be drastically different in terms of pricing and what it might cost to take that, have that experience. And so I would say, in general, a coach like this would probably at a stationary event rent for about $40,000. If you did a 2.5-week excursion, when you start adding in all the excursions and everything else that someone might want so they can kind of show up to this turnkey experience with a driver, with a chef, with all of their excursions kind of baked into that, you're looking at 6 figures for something like that.
Yeah, that's understandable, and I know that your team can tailor the needs of the renters or the owners if they want to go, whitewater rafting or whatever. You can even think of some cool stuff for them to do, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think for us, we realize that these coaches are amazing and they create an awesome home base. But the reality is, most people are looking for that experience. So they want to be at the Grand Canyon. They want to be in the national parks. They want to be at this event. And the coach provides an awesome mode for that and an awesome home base for them. But it's really about those experiences that they get to have and the memories that they're creating with the friends and family and the people that are around them.
And those are the priceless memories that make it all make sense. Well, Jared, I really appreciate you and your team showing us around this beautiful Marathon coach. And we're going to do some other videos. We'll leave those in the description below about the rental process and some more stuff they have going on here at Goss. But if someone's a serious and qualified buyer and they want to purchase or rent one of the coaches here at Goss, what's the best steps for them to take?
Yeah, I would say call us. Pick up the phone, call us. We'd love to just share our story. Have you learn a little bit more about what we do? And certainly, if you're interested in this coach, please call us. We'd love to talk to you about that.
Awesome. Well, Jared, thank you for your time, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Also appreciate all of you liking, sharing, and subscribing. We hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
It's really about those experiences that they get to have and the memories that they're creating with the friends and family and the people that are around them.
This coach is literally one of a kind. Been asking them for years, and finally the engineers there agreed to do it. It really was such a unique project because they've never done it before. I think every time I'm in this coach, I find something new, which is really cool. Our true vision really is creating those life-changing experiences for families